Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about everything that's going on. Craziness. Never thought it would come to this, but here we are. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. We got a lot of people in the house. George, thanks for buying the membership. I appreciate you. Roy, what's going on? How are you? Tommy Steak Social Club. What's up, man? Go subscribe to Tommy Steak Social Club. He's got a great show over there. Emerald, what's going on? So we're going to talk about a bunch of different things. Roy, I'm going to address your comments. Sonny may be stand up, but to Michael, in that life, there are no gray lines. You're right about that. So what do you do if there's somebody who cooperates that's close to you? Like, so say you're in your family and someone cooperates, because I know that these people have a lot of ties in the community. And say if one of their uncles or cousins or their relatives cooperate, what happens to them? There's been other cases where people have cooperated and went right back around the same people, and some of them respected them, some of them didn't. It all depends. I think it goes by case basis. You can't, and then Roy says you can't pick and choose, but you can. People do it all the time. People that have cooperated, there's a lot of them out there that haven't even been exposed yet. There's people right now that are involved with that life who are talking to FBI agents who've been giving them information for years. And they're people on a high level. And you just don't know about it. But they're definitely out there doing it. Some of them figure that's how you get a leg up, like Whitey Bulger and all these other people who cooperated. Greg Scarpa, he was doing it for a long time. It's not like they just decided to cooperate. But so Michael Francis, his case is a little, I don't know, it's a little different. Because there's a lot of different parts to it. But we're going to explain some things that you guys might not know. So Michael Francis had some words for Joey Merlino. Well, Joey Merlino allegedly had words for him. That's how it all started. I guess Joey Merlino, shout out to Joey Merlino. Go subscribe to the Skinny with Joey Merlino and Little Snuff. I'll leave a description. I'll leave a link in the description of this video, and I'll put one in the chat. So I guess they were doing a show, and Joey read a comment on the show, and it said something about Michael Francis and about him cooperating. And Joey's response was, oh, Sonny, if Sonny was dealing with him, I don't quote me because I'm not sure exactly what the words were, but I guess it was, if Sonny was dealing with Michael after he cooperated, then Sonny's just as bad as Michael. Is that pretty much the gist? Because if you guys don't know, Sonny put a contract on his son's life for cooperating. And Michael Francis doesn't like to admit that he cooperated, that he's no good. Hey, there's tons of proof out there. Vicky, how are you? Thanks for joining me this afternoon. Kev, how are you? There's a lot of people out there who are cooperating, and people just don't know. They have no clue what's going on. Roy's comments are on point. He says you can't pick and choose, but you can. But you can, Stiggs, because look at my friend Bobby. His situation totally different. he was involved with some pretty high level people. And I like Bobby. A lot of people like Bobby. A lot of people respect him. He was in the same unit as Sammy the Bull. Now, why do I like Bobby? Why do I respect him? Number one, he cooperated against a woman who killed a family, 2 grown-ups, 3 kids. They buried the bodies, and they were never going to find their kids again. It was over a drug deal. And he was respected by a lot of high-level guys. He still is respected. But so when it's a different situation, is it different? But when you're in the mob and you're fully ingrained in that life, there is no gray lines. Like you guys said, you can't pick and choose. Once you're in that life fully, you have to dedicate to that life fully. But we got some videos to go over. And that's what I meant by I can pick and choose. It's freedom. That's what freedom is. It's where you can pick and choose. But I have respect for Bobby. He cooperated against a woman who killed some kids. And he was able to find out where the bodies were buried. And he gave that information to the lawyer. He still had to do 10 years. But hey, what would you do if you were in that situation? He wasn't in the mafia. He wasn't in a crime family. He was just serving time for a bank robbery. But he was going to be in there for the rest of his life. And the plan was, hey, they think he's doing life, or he's doing life, so they might as well just put the murder on him. And that's what he did. He tried to like take responsibility for it. And then, you know, he turned the tables on her and got them people. And there was a survivor in the whole situation. When the family got killed, there was one survivor. And he brought that little girl closure, you know? So regardless of what you think of certain people, it's all different situation. But anyway, let's get down to business. We got some videos to go over. Got about 4 videos to show you guys. So hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let's check these videos out.
Okay. All
So
right.
we get all the stuff. I want to be the voice for the good guys, and I'm gonna do episodes. I mean, if I was going to do I could do Rat a day. I could do 7 million episodes.
Go subscribe to Mobsters Chronicles. He said I could do the Rat of the Month. I could do look at Persico over here, clipped his first cousin. They had the same grandparents. You're either all in or it crumbles. Clipped his cousin with the blessing from the chin for robbing card games. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how everything is interwoven. And I mean, what do? Merlino has a family member that cooperated. Didn't his uncle cooperate? I'm sure he disowned him after that. I mean, Merlino's father was in a pretty major force to be reckoned with in the underworld. Chucky Merlino. Everybody knows who Chucky Merlino is. And what happened with that situation? It's like, what do you do when you're stuck in the situation? Just like look at John Gotti Jr. Oh, Lawrence Merlino. Look at John Gotti Jr. He wanted to be out of the life, but his father would not let him. He would not let him plead out to the case. Said absolutely not. Now why? Because he stuck by an oath and he died in prison for it. Yesterday was the day that John Gotti lost his freedom forever. Yesterday was the day, if you guys don't know. Let's get back to the video. Damn it, Mandy, how are you? Gianni, what's up? Emerald, how are you? Mike. Shout out to Mike. Armino. What's going on? Tony Cuts. What's up, man? Rah, how are you? Dundee Utility. Both put out great content. Thank you. Andrew, how are you? Make sure you guys go subscribe to all these people that I'm giving the names. Subscribe to Tommy Steak Social Clubs. Subscribe to The Skinny with Joey Merlino, Mobsters Chronicles. And let's get back to the video.
But I have to get all the paperwork. I'm not doing nothing without everything backed up. I have all my paperwork. My lawyer's got it's everything in storage. I'm going to have the FBI 302s. I'm going to have the tapes, their tapes of everything, and then I'm going to do an episode a month we'll do the rat of the month. We'll start with that.
Something like that.
Like speaking up for the good guys.
Absolutely.
They need a voice. There's a lot of people in jail that are innocent, believe me, innocent. When the time comes, I'm going to show you how they're innocent.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up.
A lot of people were asking about the Joey Merlino podcast. How do you feel about that?
Look at this old crusty guy. He changed his tune really fast when he found out Joey Merlino was not ever going to deal with him. Changed his tune. A lot of people on here, I noticed they change their tune once they find out that Joey's not ever going to deal with them. They're like, you know what? Fuck it. They get mad. Like, you know what? Fuck it. Italian Stallion, what's up, man? How are you? Thanks for joining me this afternoon. Hit that like button, y'all. And tell a friend to tell a friend if you haven't subscribed yet, and hit that bell. He's a fake Christian too. You know, pastors can get their own house tax exempt. Listen, Christians are not perfect people by no means. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. Some people push that narrative a lot. You know, the whole religion thing. I have my beliefs. I go to church. But I don't push it on people. I'm not like walking around with a Bible and all that shit. This week, Skinny already filmed and being edited. That's good because people are waiting. People are waiting on the edge of their seat. Let's check it out.
Joey Merlino. I heard about it. I actually saw it the other day. I didn't know him well. I knew his father very well. He was the underboss under Nicky Scarfo for a while. He does have some street credentials. He's a little bit of a tough guy. If he's anything like his father, he is a tough guy.
Hey, Katrina Michio. Go check out the Reform podcast with Bill Staxx and Katrina Michio. And go check out the Kat Michio show. She has an interview with Armand Assad. I think I said his last name right. But go check out that interview. I'll drop a link in the description for that too. Chicklet is unhinged. I know I have a Chicklet video coming up, so.
And he's
right after this one, man. Franchise is shook up a bit. Franchise is talking about if I was in that life and all this. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't, Franchise. Let me show you guys something real quick. So, back in the day, not even that far ago, right? Michael was going around his father, and we could talk about his father because he was in the public spotlight. And who wanted to put him in the public spotlight? Michael Francis. Sonny didn't want anything to do with doing interviews, being on podcasts, exploiting the mob for the name and all that shit. That was all Michael Francis. And I'll show you how I know that. You see Michael's shirt? What does it say? It says a mob story. He kept trying to get his father to talk on video constantly. And his father didn't want to do it, but he constantly would ask him to come on video and talk and this and that. And then we hear stories about how Sonny dissolved bodies in a kiddie pool. Now, who told us those stories? Michael Francis. Now, it just blows my mind that now, I mean, just admit it. You cooperated. Nobody went to prison because of me. Well, let me show you something. Let's check this out.
I'm not going to consider you my enemy. You can consider me whatever you want. But I'm going to answer to this the first time I ever responded to anything like this, because you don't go off and say things about my father that are absolutely untrue. And once again, I'll say it and I'll leave it with this. You couldn't shine my father's shoes on his worst day.
But you did testify. And what he said was, if your father agrees with what you did and he's accepting it, then he's just as bad as you. That's what he said. He didn't call your father a rat and all this shit. He said if he accepted you after you did what you did, which he did not, because he put a contract on your life. If he accepted what you did, then your father's just as bad as you. That's what he said. Now let's get back to the other video.
A show and not bothering anybody. Going to do something about rats. I don't know whether it's in his case, somebody ratted on him. I don't know the story. But I don't think he's doing anything wrong. I think he's doing a great job. Matter of fact, if you ever wanted to come on my platform and talk with me and whatever.
Like, do you even believe this guy saying stuff like this? Like, the biggest rat in the world. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. So I got a chance to take a look at How to Become a Mob Boss on Netflix. I'm like, fuck it, let me check it out. So I apologize for the service, pretty low. If it's glitching, my apologies. Hold on. So I got to watch How to Become a Mob Boss on Netflix. And they have Sammy Gravano, the biggest mafia rat in history, on there. Now, why? It's not called How to Bring Down a Mob Boss or How to. And Sammy wasn't a mob boss. Another thing is, Francis is always using the label, he's a mob boss, crime boss. You were never a boss. You were never a mafia boss. You were making money for them, and they kissed your ass because you were making millions of dollars through the gas tax scheme. So he got sentenced to 10 years in prison down in Florida, and he cooperated. He cooperated up in, what was it? Chicago. I have the paperwork. He doesn't admit any of that. Why? Why is that? Because he knows it'll look bad. Little Mario, what's going on? Thanks for joining me, man. Haven't seen you in a while. I shared this to all my social media. Thank you, Tony Cuts. I appreciate that. Go subscribe to Tony Cuts, too. It's at Tony Cuts. Right? Tony Cuts? And it's a Z at the end. Cuts. Tony. Cutz. Finally get to check out a live. Keep the thing going, Staxx. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Gravano's voice is like nails on the chalkboard. Definitely is. So let's get back. Norby Walters. Who is Norby Walters? Comments on Joey. Hysterical. I sent Roy's comments to Joey. All right, let's check out this video.
He's got an open invitation.
But there is a guy that I'm going to speak about today, and I'm going to speak about him in a good way, only because he recently came on YouTube. Many of you who follow me know who he is. His name.
See, there. Once they find out he does not like cooperators, they all change their tune. Fuck him, fuck him. Well, it's quite hilarious.
His name is Joey Merlino. Nice guy, real deal, very well respected guy, and a guy that I've respected from afar. Now, I don't
What? You respected him?
know Joey. He came after me. Joey became, more prominent back in the 90s, really. And he lives in Florida now, and he's enjoying his life. He went through a lot of stuff,
Sonny still put a contract on Michael's life for cooperating. Who did he put in prison? More than one person. I'll put it that way. I'm definitely going to do a show breaking it all down. There's other people who have done shows on this, and you can go check them out. I don't want to do regurgitated, like some of the other mob rats are saying. They call it regurgitated content. Call it what you want. I'm just pointing out the facts.
But I recently watched his YouTube channel. I think people should tune in. I think you're going to like it. Joey's a very well-spoken guy, and I think you're going to enjoy his YouTube channel. So he knows a lot, obviously, about sports. I don't know if he's going to talk about anything else. That's up to him. But, welcome aboard, Joey. I hope you do well. And maybe when I'm down in Florida, we'll get to say hello one day.
See, they all want to be involved. They want to be near this guy. Who did he put away? Well, Norby Walters is one of them. So Francis testified against people. Well, let's look for ourselves, right?
I walk in redemption.
When I heard about it, I spent 2-3 minutes and welcomed him aboard the platform and, said something nice about it. I don't recall exactly what.
Here, he's testifying in front of Congress while he's telling you a story. You could see him right there testifying. When you go like this and you stand in front of the government and you tell them illegal activity, hate to break it to you, there's different levels to this shit. Maybe he didn't wear a wire, but it's just as bad.
It was, but basically welcomed him aboard the platform. Well, it's come to my attention today that a young man by the name of Justin sent a direct message, I believe, to Joey Merlino, and Joey took it upon himself to read it during his podcast recently. I think it was in the last day or so. And basically what this young man said was that he was my attorney and that, he thought it would be nice if Joey and I were to get together and he would come on my podcast for an interview. Now, let me make this clear. I haven't.
Gianni says, any man that stood up through a possible death sentence trials and done time with their mouth shut damn well has the right to their own opinion and speak it as they so wish. Hey, you got that right. And listen, Michael Francis, just not built like that. Once you take a blood oath and you're in the mafia, you want to portray all this shit, right? Take it to the door. That's what I don't agree with. If you're involved and you take an oath to put that shit over your own family, your kids, your wife, everything you love, and you agreed to that. So what? Something doesn't go your way, and so you backpedal? That's how it works? No, that's not how it works. You cooperate, you get a label, and you got to live it out until your dying day. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Now, a lot of these people want to go back and try to change history. Marble Mouse Cali, you're not a capo. You never were. You were a fake-ass captain on the street. You didn't even have a crew. You're not even man enough to come on here and have a conversation. You want to try to throw out frivolous lawsuits and all this bullshit. You're not a man, Sakali. Another one. There's a bunch of them out there. I can go on and on and on. But the reason I have a problem with these people is don't come on here and try to exploit the gangster lifestyle and all the shit you did if you couldn't handle the time. stay in prison, and then stay in prison, get out, do your time, get out, and then you could come on and talk all the shit you want. But the bottom line is you cooperated. And you picked that oath over your own family. And then when they were stealing my money, so I cooperated. Like that's what they say. Oh, they were robbing me. That's what Dominic says. And now he's my Vinny. He wants to try to repair a relationship. Get the fuck out. You're crazy, man. He's out of his mind. You're out of your mind, Dominic. I got big plans for you, Dominic. Don't worry, they're coming.
Spoken to this young man for at least a year. I haven't communicated with him by text, email, social media, in any other way. He used to work for my wine company in Michigan, and that ended about 5 months ago.
He definitely was scared. He didn't go to his own father's funeral because he was scared he was going to get killed. 100%. He was Michael giving info to the feds. 100% he was. He admits it. He admits it right here. Watch this.
Hey, be safe, be healthy. God bless each and every one of you. And yes, I'll see you next time.
I then met with Reverend Sharpton, who had been briefed on the details by Pagano. He agreed to arrange the meeting with King. Prior to introducing him to Guerrero and Bobby, I explained to him that I could only qualify the two co-promoters to a point, and that he should inform King to proceed cautiously if he agrees to meet with them, as if he were talking to FBI agents.
What's that? That sounds like cooperation to me. He's telling him, right? He's on the witness stand in front of the government telling him shit. Is that a cooperator? I don't know. You guys make your decision. Let's get back to this video.
Fat fucking chance that a stand-up guy like Joey Merlino ever appears on a Rats channel. Never going to happen. And he's already called out rodents and snitches like former Bonanno family rats, Joe Messino.
We have some good news for the good guys.
Go ahead.
Fat Lion Joe Messina, he's another lion rat, put all guys that went in jail because he didn't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
He died, I think a couple days ago.
Really?
So God don't like ugly.
No.
You hurt families, you hurt innocent people. That's what happens to you.
So Francis tries to minimize what he did. He tries to minimize that he cooperated with the government. He tries to distance himself far away from being a cooperator. He tries to be like, I'm the stand-up guy. And then he has the nerve to sit down with Sammy Gravano and call him his best friend or really good friend. I don't care what you say. I like Sammy. Hey, you picked your side. It's painfully obvious you picked what side you're on. Thursday's show is going to be insane. I believe you. Don't worry. This one gets better. Watch.
So we ain't going to miss him anyway.
Dominic Sakali.
Got all these lion rats. They got podcasts, shows, books. The media, they glorify him. There was a kid on the other day, Dominic Callie. I don't even know who the fuck he is. This other jerk off that was on the other day, Dominic.
Chris Pacello.
I was at a Heat game, me and Wags and Donnie, like 5 years ago. And we had the floor seats.
Yeah.
So at halftime, we were going into the Grey Goose Lounge to get a drink for halftime. So I'm walking. I don't know him. If he walked in here right now, I don't know who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
Oath. God, he lied his whole life. You're going to trust an oath? Hey, if you take that, if you stand there and you take that over your own family, you stand there and tell them, yes. Would you kill for us? Yes. If we call you and your mother or your kids are in the hospital, you got to come regardless of what's going on. Yes, they agreed to it. So now what? Oh, they take your money. Now I'm going to cooperate. No, it doesn't work like that. You agree to the fucking oath regardless. If you got to die behind it, that's what you do. And that's how I feel about it.
I'm walking, and the guy's waving to me. I was like, who the fuck's that? You know, I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, you're just waving.
And Wag said, you know what that is? I said, no. He said, Chris Pacella. The fuck's he waving to me for, that lion rat motherfucker? So I told him, fuck you. And we.
Yo, you got that right. Sonny was a straight G. But was Francis? No. Do you think Sonny agreed with what his son did? 100% not. It caused a lot of friction. And I'm sure, just like when Merlino's uncle or whoever that was that cooperated, probably caused a lot of friction there too. I mean, what do you do when you got a family member who is cooperating and you're involved with that life? Gravano's whole family, they like when these people come to their family and say, listen, we're going to cooperate. Their family's like, what? They get the opposite reaction. Look at what happened with Mikey Scars. His family was disgusted that he was going to cooperate, that he did cooperate. Mikey Scars tried to play like he's this big, like, good guy. He's a good guy, right? He's a stand-up guy because he's being humble. He put a lot of people in prison, like 70-something. So he knows when he looks in the mirror, he doesn't like who he sees. He says it. And I don't think he's glorifying, but he's still a rat. The bottom line is he's a rat.
Walked away. This guy set up a lady. He killed an innocent lady in front of her 5-year-old daughter, and they're glorifying him as a tough guy. He's in Miami. He owns nightclubs. He's in California. He owns nightclubs.
Who's glorifying him? You know who's glorifying Pacello? His best buddy. Mean Gene, the woman beating machine. We'll see what happens with Gino. He keeps making threats that he's going to do this and that to Joey Merlino.
They got him down as a hero. What kind of tough guy is that?
Yeah.
An innocent lady?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fucking joke.
Gene Borello.
This son of fucking idiot. Gino Borello, he was on last week. Somebody sent me a video. I didn't even watch it.
Yeah.
Talking about him. He's coming to fly. I don't know what the fuck he said.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's
Two pussy-lips. That's Gene's new nickname.
professional woman beater.
Really?
Yeah, professional. That's all they do. I got a whole list. That's all they do is beat women up. We
Wow.
need the Me Too movement to get on him. He beat his ex-girlfriend up, threatened to kill her, killed the husband, chopped the door down.
Fixing you, but I'm gonna fix it. I did this to the door. You, but I'm gonna fix it. I pushed the door in. 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 I did this to the door. Yes, I pushed the door in.
And his card is on file here.
Yours. But I'm gonna fix it. 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 But I'm gonna fix it.
So if I get charged for this,
You're not being charged. You're not being charged. You're not being charged. You're not being charged.
I'm suing you on taking you. Word.
Smashed her phone. Threatened her whole family.
You want to play games? I'm standing every single one of them. Let him come up here. Go. Watch.
Everything he's saying, I'm showing you proof of.
Says when he grabbed the father and beat the dog shit out of him. Then he gets locked up for it. And the little punk that he is, he got 6 months in jail. He made his mother come to court with him and cry to the judge, please don't send my son back to jail. Please, please, begged. He
Yeah, remember Gene's favorite band is Doors. And beats up blood members. Forget women and old ladies. Guys, I don't know why, but a lot of comments are being held for review. I tried to release them, but it's taking time. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even know how any of that shit works. I really don't. Free Ruffin. What's going on, Pope? How are you? Got Joey Pope in the building. Next time I come out there, man, email me and we'll get together. Salvatore, what's going on? All done. Merlino is public respect. Took his time on the chin. Hey, Joey can go to his neighborhood, walk around. He can sit in a bar. People love the guy. They wish they were him. They wish they were him, but they can never be him. Once you cooperate, that's out the window. So all these guys, they're trying to be like, look at me, I'm a stand-up guy. I'm a stand-up. No, you're not. No, you're not.
He's a real tough guy. He's got his mother in court begging the judge. He would have made his mother go in and do the time if he could.
Little fucking midget mafia, Joey Merlino got something to say about me. Joey, you're 4'2". I see you in Tampa, I'll slap you around. Okay, you're the boss of 3 guys, the Philadelphia Mafia. You actually be a member in your family, I'd rather be a Latin king. Okay? Get lost, you're an active mob boss on YouTube, you're a fucking clown turd.
That's what a punk he is. So he ain't even worth talking about.
Yeah, he's starting trouble with you.
He's a woman beater too.
We got another video for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Chris is the worst. You back in CT? Yeah. Yep. David, do you think Merlino would say that to his face? Yes. Yes, he would. Listen, Barillo is not a tough guy. He's not. He wants everyone. The loudest guy in the room is not. I mean, you guys can think that if you want. But he's putting smoke and mirrors, and you guys are believing bullshit. Hey, believe whatever you want. Gene Barillo is not a tough guy. By no means at all. He proves it every day. You know who else is not a tough guy? We're going to show you. Mickey Griggs, what's up, man? Let's check out. See how this guy's been. We haven't seen him in a while.
We're here again.
Spit it out, marble mouth.
And like I said, this is just getting started on this platform. It's just amazing.
Is it amazing? What happened to the Dr. Seuss? You were supposed to read the Dr. Seuss book, man. Can't make it through a page, huh? This ding dong. I was on 52nd Street. I missed you by 10 minutes. Damn, man. I was down there at they have protests all over the place. Shout out to Mike Tyson. It was great meeting Mike Tyson. I got some major things in the works. If you guys don't know, just keep watching. You'll figure it out. This is Gene Barillo's handler. He has his own badge. He should have a badge.
I'll go into everything. First, I want to address some people that commented. I just didn't have a chance. Usually I acknowledge them. Guys, I'm doing well. Great day, good weekend. Just relaxing today. Went to the gym today. Actually, for some reason, I was really, my joints were killing me. I was taking, it's over the counter. It's for joints. It's like joint relief, and I stopped taking it. Oh my Lord, I felt so much just joint pain, so I have to go back on those. And I didn't think they were helping, but they really were. So you find out once you stop taking something that it was helping. So definitely going back on it. But I did chest and buys. And once I got into the workout, maybe about 20 minutes into it, where the blood started going into my shoulders. And
oh, did it? Can you explain the medical term of what you're trying to say, Dominic? I want to hear you explain, please. Scars put 80 away, 15 trials. Don't worry, I got something on Scars coming up very soon. A lot of people like Scars because he's trying to like humble himself, but I don't give a fuck. Put away 80 people in prison. What about all their family members? And then you have the nerve to come on here and like brag about your exploits and shit and say how good of guys they were, but you put them in prison. It's just really mind-blowing. It really is. And who knows, maybe I'll get to ask some serious questions that people want to know. How does Gotti Jr. feel about him? How does Gotti Jr. feel about, I'll save it. 80 guys. He put away a lot of people. And Gotti Jr. said that Mikey Scars testifying against him broke his heart. They were close. They were going to weddings, all this shit. And then for him to do that, it's really despicable shit. He's a scab. Scabs is better than Chiclet, any other rap. Scabs. That's his name, Mikey Scabs. That's a good name, man. Shout out to Mikey Scabs. Go subscribe. Let's check out Dum Dum.
Elbows, I started feeling much better. But, you know, you just have to sometimes grind it out. Before I forget, Vince, thank you so much for the contribution. It's greatly appreciated, as always. I'm going to read some of the comments from the last
That's a great one, Tommy.
Show. Again, people, I'm not going to tolerate nonsense talk, so it's not going to happen anymore. Just pulls from the show. Everybody knows me. I'm very, very fair when it comes.
No, you're not.
Comes to haters and listening to people, and you know, I give everybody the respect, and then sometimes you'll see I'll go off the handle a little bit, but
no, you don't. You don't give everybody respect. You don't give everybody a fair shake, a fair break. No, you don't. You're a fucking liar. Be nice to the Gotti family. Tell that to Scars. He tried to put Junior away for the rest of his life. Tom hides behind Scars. He acts like Scars is somebody. He brings him up as much as Joey is a meat riding, short bus riding, lawsuit gangster. Hey, man. Once they cooperate, they're all in, I guess, right? They really work for the guy. He should have a badge. He should have a badge, all that shit. He has the keys to other people's handcuffs. It's insane.
it happens. I'm only human. So, and before we go into the show, people, it's Christmas time. It's the holidays coming up.
So subscribe to Chattin with Staxx and donate towards the toy drive. We got a toy drive going. We're going to get some presents for the kids in the shelter this year. So if you want to help me, help them, help you, help them, you can donate Chattin with Staxx on Cash App. You can do Venmo, PayPal. I'm not looking for $1 million. We're just trying to get enough money to get these kids something nice, like a little package for them, so that their holiday has a bright spot in it. So if you can help me help them, please do so. And I appreciate everyone. Even if it's $1, it helps. It goes a long way. The Gambinos said Scars was stealing from the family. They shelved him. I didn't know they shelved him. Remember, kids, don't rat on your friends. He said that they were stealing his money, and that's why he cooperated. They took all my businesses. I was in prison. Well, when you take the oath, that's what you signed up for. You knew that day was coming. Like, when these people are involved with that life, they know that day's coming. They know they're going to be in prison for the rest of their life. So, like the title says, who are you voting for? Who are you going to vote for? Merlino or Franchise? Here, let's check it out. I made a video for you guys to check out. Looks like Merlino won. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate that, man. We got $10 donation from Christopher Bird Trucking. I really appreciate that, man. It's going to help. Stupid question. Cousin Paulie, how are you? Did Dum Dum just say he's fair and gives respect? Fucking delusional, man. Yeah, he did. This guy, I think that alcohol wet-brained him. It pickled his brain.
Go to egvodka.com, order 6 bottles. It's unconditional love you give them. Like you just want to see them prosper, do good. You might not agree with their decisions, but at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. He has a hard time saying that, like punctual. His delivery is way off.
I'll go into the story more so. Let me just read some more comments.
So.
If you aren't on the streets anymore, what would you do? What would you have done to Joey? Gene wouldn't get within reach of Joey or Joe. Their crew would bury that rat. Well, if I was in the streets still, if I was part of that life, I wouldn't even associate with Joey. I wouldn't acknowledge him. I wouldn't accept him as if he was a made guy just because he's going on social media. And I'll explain that later.
Well, you weren't a captain. You were just playing one. You didn't even have a crew. You were not a captain, Dominic. You know you weren't a captain. You want everyone to think you were a capo in the Bonanno family. Do capos in the Bonanno family take lawsuits out on people? Is that what they do? I didn't know they worked like that.
So...
Is the rat running in your brain on the wheel? I think it is. He's thinking, ladies and gentlemen. He's thinking. Spit it out. Spit it out, dummy.
The fact that Gene says specific, I have respect for Michael, but did not forget how bad, how much crap he was talking.
Yeah, Gene forgets about all the shit he says. Gene straight bashed Michael Francese. Bashed him. What, a few months back? Who's it, Michael Francese? He's always talking shit about everyone. Gene doesn't know if he's coming or going. That fucking guy, he'll never get it together. I think the Florida prison system will help him get it together. I think he's probably going to end up going to prison. And I don't think he'll fare well down there, but we'll see.
How much crap he was talking about Michael in the beginning when he started YouTube. Well, if I recall, Gene was telling Michael, just, you know, keep it real. Keep it real. And that's where Gene gets upset. Gene speaks what's on his mind, and you can't knock him for it. Sometimes, yes, he does come out with things he shouldn't be saying, but he'll learn. He'll grow into himself.
Yeah, he'll learn. The Department of Corrections will teach him well. Don't worry. They'll take care of him. He'll just grow into himself. So how long does it take for this guy to learn? He's 45 years old.
But at least he does have respect for Michael. And you heard him say that. But he was just upset because, you know, there's some people, they don't like calling themselves a rat. They categorize themselves differently.
Oh, they do? But they are a rat. So how does that work when you're a cooperator? Do you look for different words to call yourself? Like, you are a rat. Michael Francis, a rat. Barillo, a rat. Sammy, a rat. All you guys are fucking rats. Joey Merlino, stand-up guy. And you guys can't stand that shit.
And I'll go into that later into the show.
Joey Blunts, what's going on, man? How are you?
Dom, you handled this perfectly.
Ivan, what's going on, man? Thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Joey is still in the life.
No, he's not. He's not in the life anymore. You could, like, they want to be able to like get this guy in trouble somehow. They would want nothing more than for him to be in the same category as them, which will never happen. Never. Fucking bothers you, don't it, fake capo?
Doesn't make excuses for that or act as if he's reformed. Whenever anyone agrees or not, he's at least being who he is. He's a gangster.
In whose world? Whose world is he a gangster? He's talking about Gene, right? Gene was never a gangster. Never was. Ivan, thank you so much for that, for the toy drive. We're definitely going to hook these kids up this year. It's going to be a great one. You guys will see. I'm going to be volunteering on Christmas Day, giving out some meals over at Brian's Angels. It's on Summer Street and Center Street in Bristol, Connecticut. I will be there from 12 to 2:30 giving out meals on Christmas Day. So go check me out down there. Let's get back to Dum Dum Dum.
And doesn't want to be anything else. You know what? There's more to this one. I agree with that. You're right what you're saying. And, you know, it's his prerogative. He's doing his own thing. I feel like you let your loyalty to Gene blow this up. Go watch that first show. You started off level-headed, and then Gene went wild.
Oh, good thing I got that show. You guys want to see it now? What he's talking about. Let's check it out. Take me 2 seconds. Here we go.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another edition. Trust me, Gene, I still have my ear to the ground. And right. I was told.
Reformed guy, right? Reformed guy who has a cooperation agreement with the government. Did you hear what he just said?
Still the boss of Philly. New York families are very upset that he's talking about his. Gene, wait.
As well as I do, there's no way he could be a mob guy and be on YouTube.
Okay, he answered his own question, right?
Know
he has
that.
To be either shelved. He has to be either shelved, or he has to be either labeled a rat, and he's just saying, "Fuck it, I'm going to make money now." There's no way he could be active and do that, Dom.
And trust me, Gene, I still have my ear to the ground, and I was told he is still the boss of Philly. New York families are very upset that he's on social media, but that just leaves me to believe. And I know we're going to get comments where people.
I know. Man. You can't even put a sentence. Come on, man. Articulate your words a little better. Your grammar can upgrade a little bit.
People say Joey Merlino would never rat. Well, let me tell you something.
Spirit in the sky, how are you? Thanks for joining me this afternoon. Tamis, how are you? Full green light, what's up? Gianni. Joey Blunts, Mickey Griggs, right? Or Mickey Griggs, Mickey Griggs.
Joey Merlino couldn't shine Joe Messino's shoes in his best day, and Joe Messino ratted.
He's the boss of Philly. We look down upon him. You don't respect him. We look down on him.
What's this we shit, Tonto? You're not involved with anything. You shouldn't even be talking. You were not in the mob. They made you do shit. You had no position. You weren't a soldier. They probably didn't even want you to be an associate because of how stupid you act.
They did nothing. They're a crew of 10 guys. They're a corner store gang. Nobody cares about them. I'm not even worried about them. Nobody's worried about them.
Then why are you talking? Let's watch. Let's look at Tonto being a tough guy. Oh, wait, here's humble Tonto.
along the way?
No, they tried to kill me twice. One time in my house with a machine gun in my bedroom, a rival, MAC-10, put it all through my windows, through my bedroom area.
Too bad they missed.
And then they tried to kill me on the Jackie Robinson. They missed me and shot my friend through the neck. Yeah.
Okay.
Proud of that, Gene.
You end up doing 5.5 years.
Right.
Now that you're out, do you still consider yourself a gangster?
Now, what do you think he's going to say? Do you think he's going to say yes or no? Put a 1 if you think he's going to say yes. Put a 2 if you think he's going to say no. What do you think? Is he still a gangster? Put a 1 in the chat if he's going to say yes. Put a 2 in the chat if he's going to say no. I want to see what you guys think. We got 2 1s. We got a 2. Let's get some 3. Of course, yeah. It's 3. I'm sorry, guys. It's 3. He wants to be both. Let's check it out. We got 87 people in the house. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
No, I don't. I mean, by heart, I'm still a tough guy. I know that, I'm not scared of nobody, but I'm not in the crime world no more.
He said it himself. He's not in the crime world anymore. Well, if you're not in the crime world anymore, then what's this? Why the recent mugshot? Why the lone face, Gene? Does this got anything to do with it? Or this? Come on, Gene. I think you need to take some time for yourself, Gene. And I think Florida's going to help you with that. So maybe your handler will write you.
I'm done.
Do you regret the things that you did in your previous life?
Yes. Pathetic. Yeah.
But pathetic. Pathetic? He's still doing this shit. And look at fucking Elton John Elite over here, sitting there with his glass on. Like he's a fucking Don. Like he's a Dom.
Right.
Latin Butterfly, how are you?
Yeah.
Do you have children?
No.
No girl wants to have a kid with him.
No wife, no children, nothing. You lose everything when you go to jail,
What time, Gene? What time do you lose everything? 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th? Last week?
Yeah, one of the things that I learned, because I've interviewed a lot of gangsters over the years, a lot.
Real gangsters or fake ones, Vlad?
The kingpins and so forth, from the freeway Ricky Rosses, from LA to the Little D, who was the crack kingpin of Oakland, to Convertible Burt in Miami. And the one thing that I've always heard time and time again is that no matter how on top you are when you get locked up, no matter how many millions you have, whoever you're stashing this money with, you're putting properties in other people's names and so forth, these people that you've held down.
Me too, rah-rah. Me too.
Out, it's all gone.
Gone. The minute you go in, once they hear real time, that's it, it's all gone. They start robbing you.
And you start cooperating right away, right? Right when you hear, I'm getting real time, boom, you cooperate. God gave us a gift. And they took away Gene's hope of ever reproducing. Thank God. These guys. And now that they cooperated, right? It's like, listen, if that's what you did and that's a part of your life, admit it. Don't act like he's trying to prove how much of a gangster he is to people on the internet. No one gives a shit. No one cares. His ass is just going to end up in prison. Again. MobTube means lips there should be a cartoon voiceover character. 100%. Salvatore. A-Light is one of the Simpson mobsters. and is about it. Don't forget his picture with JR when he was a teenager. Mikey Scars looks like a fucking puppet too. He looks like one of those puppets. These people look weird. Big gangster, JR. Scared as hell. If I had my wire on, you would never find it. Yeah, because it was your glasses. Here, we got the Rat Pack right here. Big tough Gene there on the bottom. We got 100 people watching. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. And if you want to help out for the toy drive, you can hit up the Cash App. It's Chattin with Staxx. We're going to get some toys and some gift packages for the people in the shelter this year. We're going to volunteer on Christmas Day. It's going to be a good one. Hit the like button. If you can't donate, share the video.
That's it. They did it to my Uncle Andy, and he was the boss. As soon as he went in, they were talking about, at his funeral, they were talking about what they were going to take from him.
So, did he wake up and say, no, you're not? No, he was still going to be dead. So when were they supposed to talk about taking all this shit from him?
Didn't even care that he was dead.
Didn't even care. Didn't even care that he couldn't hear any of them. And what were you going to take? You were going to take other people's freedom. Free Ronnie G. Alonzo. They're getting out soon, too. Remember Ronnie One Arm? Remember Tuccio? Remember him, Gino? Yeah, they're going to be out very soon.
That's how it goes. Italians are cutthroats.
Good thing you're not. Good thing you're not Italian, Tonto. Good thing you're half American Indian. If you guys don't know why they call Tonto Tonto, it's because he is half American Indian.
Yeah. And, you know, we interview a lot of these criminal figures, and it's not to glorify this life. It's really to say, look, you're going to have a run. It may last a few years.
If
but
that.
It comes with a lot.
If that. Look at the way Gino was acting on the street. Like a fucking idiot.
A lot of prison time, and when you get out, you're going to have nothing.
Right. I've been out of jail my whole life.
And it ain't going to stop. Even after you turn into a rat, you're still going to prison. It's crazy. You're facing all this time in prison the rest of your life. And then you cooperate, and then you're getting arrested over and over and over. You think you got a problem, Gino? No more information to give up, huh? You already told on all your friends. We got all that information. When the feds took your phone and you told them where you got the Xanax for your girlfriend. Remember that, Gene? How about when you were in front of the judge and you threw your friend under the bus who wrote the letter for you for the snow shoveling job in Florida? Do you remember that, Gene? This guy is like unbelievable. He was trying to like maneuver around probation and shit. And he told them that he had a snow removal job in Florida. Real bright, Gene.
That's it. Crime, jail, crime, jail. That's it.
That's it. That's all his life is about. Now, that's the humble Gene. Now let's go back to the fucking crazy man.
But Gene, back in the day, back in the day, they were formidable. They were there when you had Nicky Scarfo, you had Ciancaglini.
30 years ago.
They were a dominant crime family, and they still are. Because listen, you and I really don't know who. But Gene,
they're arguing over who is the biggest gangster. Neither one of you are. Neither one.
60 soldiers total.
But Gene, you still don't know who's there nowadays. The times have changed. They could still have 60 guys, but a lot of people are on the ground. They're not. Look at the Genovese crime family. All I'm saying is
nonviolent.
But
nonviolent. See, Gene thinks like that he fits in with these people. They can't stand him. The only people that tolerate him are other dumbasses like Dominic here. And Dominic claims to be a man, right? I'm a man. I won't back down from no one. No, you won't. And no, you're not. You couldn't even come on a stream and have a conversation because you know what's coming, Dominic. And it's still coming.
By Joey Merlino coming on social media? What is he? The next thing we'll hear Joey Merlino with Joey Merlino is ratting. That's going to be the next thing. And cooperating with the government because he's telling stories now. Wait, from sports? Now he's told his armor car story.
So what? What does that have to do with you, dummy Dom? What is him telling a story about something he's been convicted of? What does that have to do with you?
A robbery, like, whoa, where you going? And it seems like he's trying to provoke people to come out, to say things, to go at him. You know, I just see nothing good of it. And from New York, they're very upset with him.
Oh, yeah, they had to call you first, right? To get your approval.
Extremely upset.
Listen to me. Listen, we're cooperators. We're allowed to do this. He's an active boss. He looks like the biggest clown in the country.
Did you hear what Gino just said? We're allowed to do this because we're cooperators. He's not allowed to do this. Who the fuck are you? You're nobody. You'll always be nobody. Say loud. Sausage Lips is a nobody. And he will never amount to shit. Let's go back to the humble Sausage Lips.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, what are your plans now? You're 35 years old. Do you have a high school diploma?
No.
No? No high school diploma, Gene?
You don't.
Dominic Sicali wasn't a made man. I believe it. He 100% wasn't a capo. I think they told these people what they wanted to hear. Trust me, I got something big coming for Dummy Dom. He's going to love it. He's going to absolutely love it.
Oh, you didn't go to college, obviously. You have a felony on your record.
Tons.
Yeah. Even renting an apartment is a challenge.
Right, everything. But gotta be a regular guy, you know?
How do you...
Sounds good.
And you have a long life ahead of you. How do you plan on living out the rest of your life?
I can't answer that right now, but I'm taking it day by day, you know?
I could tell you. I could tell you how he's going to live his life right here. Prisoner number 30546. Welcome to Florida, Gino. And he's out on bond, right? Making videos saying what he's going to do to Little Snuff and Joey when he sees them down there in Florida. Out on bond talking this shit. Crazy.
I'm going to try and just become a regular person, you know? 9-to-5 job and live a regular life. You know?
Yeah.
It's rough, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Well, John, I understand why you brought Gene on. I think it's actually a very strong ending to your story, and it kind of shows how things go full circle and how some things just never change.
Well, hopefully you take a guy like Gene and guys just like Gene that reach out to me.
And it shows how some guys just never change. Like this guy.
Stand down, getting messages in my DMs from guys from Philly saying that this guy's a joke. They're laughing at him. Literally, they're saying, yo, this guy's a joke. He's on YouTube. He's an active boss, whatever. They're making fun. People are making fun of him right now. You do know that, right?
Oh, I know. Listen, I know that.
And he's talking about my girl. He needs to worry about his wife who was banging his whole crew. That's what he needs to worry about. He's talking about my girlfriend and what I did. He needs to worry about his wife banging New York Giants, doing this, doing that while he's in prison. How much respect did he have?
Who's your girl? Hey, Gene, I got a question for you about your relationship, right? One question. Where'd you meet your girlfriend, Gino? Where'd you meet? Oh, wait, she's not your girlfriend, right? Where'd you meet the girl you assault every other day? Where did you meet her? Just answer that one question and I'll stop, okay? Just tell me where you met her, Gene. I know where you met her. You want to tell the people where you met her? I think it would be interesting for them to know. New York is very upset. Yeah, because the New York guys are talking to an active mob rat who is on the internet. And they're like, don't worry, I'm not going to throw you under the bus. Remember when Dom said, I got information from Philly guys. They told me this stuff, and I'm going to let it be known. And then he comes on and doesn't say anything. It's a bunch of crazy bullshit. That's all these guys are, a bunch of bullshit. They're fake, man. They're fake. They're portraying some shit that they're not. They're trying to live off other people's legacy.
Around town on him.
Gina,
nobody ever did that to you. Nobody ever did that to Radio Saro. Nobody did that to Ronnie G. What's up with this guy?
No.
Ronnie G, what did you do to Ronnie G? Gene, you put him in prison. He's getting out soon.
And I could tell you that you're not lying, because I think one of his guys, they got caught. I know the story back
Under
from
the
the
bed.
night. And
Under the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, under his bed. And I'm very good friends with John Rubio, and John Rubio knows everything about him. So he needs to be careful what he says.
Well, we'll bring John Rubio on the show as well.
John Rubio's a bitch. John Rubio, it wasn't a gangster. He wasn't about nothing. John Rubio is a total scumbag loser. Here he is. Hey, John, how you doing? You wearing a wire, John? Yeah, you won't find it. Let's take a look at Mr. John Rubio. See what he's got to say.
Excuse me.
There you have it. He didn't do it.
In this country and other countries, and we set in motion some programs to help them to get back to a normal life. And if they have that help, then hopefully they don't go back to that old style of living, because something that's comfortable for people, that's what they usually do. But if we could set something else up and make them comfortable in a new life, then hopefully we start some programs like with Second Chance. And
Gene's not comfortable with a new life. He loves prison. He wants to be in prison around other men. He wants to be a gangster. He says it himself.
And see where we could go in helping some young guys have a life.
It's all treachery, man. They don't care about nobody. Closest people till you turn on you. First chance they get. You know, everybody's plotting on each other. I remember sitting in a car with somebody. They get out the car, we're plotting on robbing them. You know, and that's just the way it is. You know, we rob guys in our own crew. We just, you know, there's no loyalty. I seen it firsthand from best friends, everything. So you learn.
Gene, the Vaseline specialist. Yeah, he's going to be the sausage king. The FBI made Sakali because the mob won it. He's an FBI made guy. Sakali is complete Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder. 100%, man. Plays the slow guy. Team Skinny. New York is very upset. Can't wait for Merlino to drop some new shit. Hell yeah, it's going to be good. These guys are insane. It's insane. Hey, we got another donation towards the toy drive. Shout out to Paulie. Thank you so much for the donation, man. I really appreciate it. We're doing good things. We got a lot of great interviews lined up. You guys will see. Make sure you guys go check out the interview I did with Randy Couture. Part 1 is out now. Part 2 will be dropping tonight. If you want to see them first, all you got to do is join the membership. And I believe it's only $2, $1.99. And if you can't afford that, then just wait for the video. It'll be out. But I'm going to drop the full videos on the membership, and then I'll put them up as public. Liberty, what's going on? Thanks for joining me, man. How's things been? Things have been great. I cannot complain. Moving in a really good direction. I just love where I'm at, and things are falling into place. We got some big things working with the movies, and you guys will see. That movie that I was a part of should be coming out soon. So you guys will see what I've been doing behind the scenes. I've been working every day, grinding, trying to meet different people and talk to different people. I got to talk and meet with Mike Tyson. It was incredible. I had an absolutely great weekend. It's always better when you're around good people. People that have the same ambition and drive and respect for other people that you do. It's and it's great to meet new people. What's the name of the movie, Staxx? It's called The Undesirables with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. And you will see Bill Staxx in that movie. They changed the name a couple times, but it's going to be a huge movie. Hopefully they don't cut my part out. But go subscribe to the Reform Podcast. We got a bunch of new interviews that are going to be dropping. We did some with Ori Spado, Chip from Crime and Entertainment. We did one with Christy Lashover. Shout out to Christy Lashover. We did one with who else? A couple different people. But I'll put a link in the chat. Go subscribe to the Reformed Podcast. I got a couple other ones for you to subscribe to too. I'll drop the link. Go subscribe to Tommy Stig's Social Club. And go subscribe to the Cat Michio Show. Check out the Reality Report with Craig Gatto. There's a lot of good content out there. The interview I did with Randy Couture, it's good. I asked him some questions about Dana White. I asked him how he felt about Dana White now. If you guys don't know, there was a bunch of controversy where they were at odds. Dana White and Randy Couture. And we have the answer. So you guys got to let me know what kind of content you like. I know you like mob content, but I like interviewing fighters, different boxers, MMA fighters. And I'm going to get you guys the best content I possibly can. And I appreciate you. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't worry, it's going to get a lot better. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you don't like my videos, start your own podcast. Oh, yeah, and don't be a bitch.